Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Maintenance engineering. In today's lecture, we will be studying managing maintenance program, scope of responsibility, element of maintenance management, and maintenance manager self evaluation. Now, move to maintenance management. The maintenance management may be defined as the function of providing policy guideline for maintenance activities in addition to exercising technical and management control of maintenance program. They have to perform technical and management control of maintenance program. In addition to this, they are also responsible for providing policy guidelines. The management and control of maintenance activities are equally important to perform maintenance. Generally, as the size of maintenance activity and group increases, the need for better management and control become essential. In the past, the typical size of maintenance group in manufacturing establishment varied from 5 to 10% of operating force. Now, today's the proportional size of maintenance effort compared to the operating group has increased significantly, and this increase is expected to continue. The prime factor behind this trend is the tendency in industry to increase the mechanization and many automation of many processes. Consequently, this means lesser need for operators but greater requirement for maintenance personnel. Now, there are different approaches by which we can improve the maintenance management program. This nine-step approach for managing maintenance program is as given below. The first one is identify existing deficiencies. This can be accomplished through interview with maintenance personnel and by examining in-house performance indicators. The second one is set maintenance goal. These goals take into consideration existing deficiencies and identify target for improvement. Third, establish priorities. You have to list the maintenance project in order of saving or merits. Establish performance measurement parameters. Develop a quantifiable measurement for each set goal. For example, the number of job completed per week and percentage cost on repair. Establish short and long range plans. The short range plans focus on high priority goal, usually within 1 year period. The long range plan is more strategic in nature and identifies important goal to be reached within 3 to 5 years. Document both long and short range plan and forward copies to all concerned individual. Implement plans. The eighth one is report status. Prepare a brief report periodically, say semi-annually, and forward it to all involved individual. The report contains for each objective identified in the short range plan information on actual or potential slippage of the schedule and associated cost. Examine progress annually. Review progress at the end of each year with respect to stated goal. Develop a new short range plan for the following years by considering the goal identified in long range plan and adjustment made to previous year plan schedule, resources, cost, and so on. Any question? Okay, we will move to scope of responsibility. The actual maintenance practice may be for a specific facility, a specific industry, and specific set of problem and tradition. It is still possible to group activities and responsibility into general classification, the primary and secondary. The primary a function that demands daily work by maintenance function and secondary assigned to the function for reason of expediency, know-how, or precedence. Primary function, maintenance of existing plant. This activity represents the physical reason for existence of maintenance professionals. Their responsibility here is simply to make necessary repair to production machinery quickly and economically, and to anticipate this repair and employ preventive maintenance where possible to prevent them. For this, a staff of skilled engineers, planners, and technicians who are capable of performing the work must be trained, motivated, and constantly retained to ensure the adequate skills are available to perform effective maintenance. The second one is maintenance of existing plant, building, and grounds. The repair to plant buildings and to external property of any plant, roads, railroad tracks, and plant sewer system and water supply facility are among the duties generally assigned to the maintenance engineering group. Additional aspect of building and ground maintenance may be included in this area of responsibility. Janitorial service may be separated and handled by another section. A plant with an extensive office facility and a major building maintenance program may assign this coverage to special team. Maintenance of existing building and the remaining portion of this topic. In plant where many of the buildings are dispersed, the care and maintenance of this large amount of land may warrant special organization. Repair and minor alteration to building, roofing, painting, glass replacement, or unique craft skills required to service electrical or plumbing system or the like are most most logically the review of maintenance engineering personnel. Road repairs and maintenance of track and switches, fences, or outlying structure may also be assigned. It is important to isolate cost record for general cleanup from routine maintenance and repair so that management will have a true picture of true expenses required to maintain plant and its equipment. Equipment inspection and lubrication. Traditionally, all equipment inspection and lubrication has been assigned to maintenance organizations, while inspection that requires special tool or partial disassembly of equipment must be retained within the maintenance function. The use of trained operator or production personnel in this critical task will provide more effective use of plant personnel. The same is true of lubrication because of their proximity to the production system. Operators are ideally situated for routine lubrication tasks. Utility generation and distributions. In any plant generation generating its own electricity and providing its own process steam, the powerhouse assumes the function of small public utility companies and may justify an operating department of its own. However, this activity logically falls within the realm of maintenance engineering. It can be administered either as a separate function or as a part of some other function depending on management requirement. Alteration and new installation. Three factors generally determine to what extent this area may involve the maintenance department: plant size, multi-plant company size, company policy. In a small plant of one plant company, this type of work may be handled by outsider contractor, but its administration and that of maintenance force should be under the same management. In small plant within a multi-plant company, the majority of new installation and major alteration may be performed by a company-wide central engineering department. In a large plant, a separate organization should handle the major portion of this work where installation and alteration are handled outside the maintenance engineering department. The company must allow flexibility between corporate and plant engineering groups. It should be self-defeating for all new work to be handled by an agency separate from maintenance policy and management. Secondary functions, that is organization and management to the maintenance function. Storekeeping. First one is and the first one is storekeeping. In most plant, it is essential to differentiate between mechanical store and general store. The administration of mechanical stores normally fall within the maintenance engineering group area because of close relationship with this activity with other maintenance operation. Plant protection. This category usually includes two distinct subgroups: guards or watchmen, fire control squad. Incorporation of these function with maintenance engineering is generally common practice. The inclusion of fire control group is important since its members are almost always drawn from craft elements. Waste disposal. These function and that of yard maintenance are usually combined as specific assignment the maintenance department. Salvage. If a large part of plant activity concern of great product, a special salvage unit should be set up. But if salvage involve mechanical equipment such as scrap lumber, paper, containers, and so on, it should be assigned to maintenance. Insurance administration. This category includes claim, process equipment, and pressure vessel inspection, liaison with underwriter, representative, and handling of insurance recommendation. These functions are normally included with maintenance since it is here the most of the information will originate. Other services. The maintenance engineering department often seems to be catch hall for many other odd activities that no other single department can or want to handle. But care must be taken not to dilute the primary responsibility of maintenance with these secondary services. Whatever responsibilities are assigned to maintenance engineering department, it is important that they be clearly defined, that the limits of authority and responsibility be established and agreed upon by all concerned. Maintenance management principles. Um, there are many maintenance management principles that have been developed. uh, Below this table show you the six critical maintenance management principle. The first one is maximum productivity result. When each involved person in an organization has a defined task to perform in definite way and definite time. This principle of scientific management, formulated by Frederick W. Taylor in the late 19th century, remain as important factor in management. The second thing is schedule control points effectively. Schedule control point at intervals such that the problems are detected in time, thus scheduling scheduled completion of the job is not delayed. Third one is measurement come before control. When an individual is given a definite task to be accomplished using a good representative approach in a specified time, he or she become aware of management expectation. Control starts when managing supervisor compare the results set against set goal. Fourth one is the customer service relationship is the basis of an effective maintenance organization. A good maintenance service is an important factor in maintaining facilities at an expected level effectively. The team approach fostered by the organization setup is crucial to consistent active control of maintenance activity. Job control Depart fifth one. Job control depends on definite individual responsibility for each activity during the lifespan of a work order. It is the responsibility of maintenance department to develop, implement, and provide operating support for planning, scheduling of maintenance work. It is responsibility of supervisory individual to ensure proper and complete use of system within their sphere of control. The sixth one, the optimal crew size is the minimum number that can perform an assigned task effectively. Most tasks require only one individual. If you apply this management principle on regular basis, that can make a maintenance department productive and successful. Element of effective maintenance. There are many elements of effective maintenance management whose effectiveness is the key to overall success of maintenance activity. Many of these elements are discussed as the first one is maintenance policy. Now, a maintenance policy is one of the most important element of effective maintenance management. It is essential for continuity of operation and clear understanding of maintenance management program regardless of the size of maintenance organization. Usually, maintenance organizations have manual containing items such as policies, program, objective, responsibility, and authority for all level of supervision, reporting, requirement, useful method and techniques, and performance measurement indices. Lacking such document, a policy manual, a policy document must be developed containing all essential policy information. The second element of effective maintenance management is material control. Past experience indicate that on average material cost account for approximately 30 to 40% of total direct maintenance cost. Effect, efficient utilization of personnel depend largely on effectiveness in material coordination. Material problem can lead to false start, excess travel time, delay, unmet due dates. Steps such as job planning, coordination with purchasing, coordinating with stores, coordination of issuance of material, and reviewing the completed job can help reduce material related problems. Deciding whether to keep spares in storage is one of the important problem of material control. Work order system. Work order authorities and directs an individual or group to perform a given task. A well defined work order should cover all the maintenance job requested and accomplished, whether repetitive or one time job. The work order system is useful for management in controlling cost and evaluating job performance. Although the type and size of work order can vary from one maintenance organization to another, a work order should at least contain information such as requested and planned completion dates, work description, and its reasons. Planned start date, labor and material cost, items or item to be affected, work category that is preventive maintenance, repair, installation, etc., and appropriate approval signature. The fourth element is equipment record. An equipment record plays a critical role in effectiveness and efficiency of maintenance organization. Usually equipment record are grouped under four classification: maintenance work performs, maintenance cost, inventory and files. The maintenance work performed category contain chronological documentation of all repairs and preventive maintenance performed during the item's service life to date. The fourth element is equipment record. The maintenance cost category contain historical profile and accumulation of labor and material cost by item. Usually information on inventory is provided by the store or accounting department. The inventory category contain information such as property number, size and type, procurement cost, date manufacture or acquired, manufacturer and location of equipment item. The file category includes operating and service manual, warranties, drawings, and so on. Equipment records are useful when procuring new items, equipment to determine operating performance trend, troubleshooting, breakdown, making replacement or modification decisions, investigating incidents, identifying area of concern, performing reliability and maintainability studies, and conduct life cycle cost and design studies. The fifth element is preventive and corrective maintenance. The basic purpose of performing preventive maintenance is to keep facility equipment in the satisfactory condition through inspection and correction of early stage deficiencies. Three principal factors shape the requirement and scope of preventive maintenance effort: process reliability, economics, and standard compliance. A major proportion of maintenance organization effort is spent on corrective maintenance. Thus, corrective maintenance is an important factor in effectiveness of maintenance organization. The sixth element of effective maintenance is job planning and scheduling. Job planning is an essential element of effective maintenance management. A number of tasks may have to be performed prior to commencement of maintenance job. For example, procurement of part, tools and materials, coordination and delivery of part, tools and materials, identification of methods and sequencing, coordination with other departments and securing safety permits. Although the degree of planning required may vary with craft involved and method used, past experience indicates that on average one planner is required for every 20 craft person. Strictly speaking, formal planning should cover 100% of maintenance workload, but emergency job and small straightforward work assignment are performed in less formal environment. Thus, in most maintenance organization, 80 to 85% planning coverage is attainable. Maintenance schedule is an important as job planning. Schedule effectiveness is based on reliability of planning function for large jobs, in particular those requiring multi-craft coordination. Serious consideration must be given to using methods such as program evaluation and review technique, PERT, and critical part method, CPM, to assure effective overall control. The seventh element is backlog control and priority system. The amount of backlog within a maintenance organization is one of the determining factors of maintenance management effectiveness. Identification of backlog is important to balance manpower and workload requirement. Furthermore, decision concerning overtime, hiring, subcontracting, shop assignments, etc., are largely based on backlog information, and management make use of various indices to make backlog related decisions. The determination of job priority in a maintenance organization is necessary since it is not possible to start job every day. It is to start every job the day it is requested. In assigning job priority, it is important to consider factors such as importance of the items or system, the type of maintenance, required due date, and the length of time job waiting schedule will take. Eighth element is performance measurement. Successful maintenance organizations regularly measure their performance through various means. Performance analysis contribute to maintenance department efficiency and are essential to revealing the downtime of equipment. Peculiarities in operational behavior of concerned organization, developing plan for future maintenance, and so on. Maintenance manager self-evaluation question. Now, the U.S. Energy Research and Development Administration conduct a study on maintenance management related matter and formulated 10 questions for maintenance manager that is either used to self-evaluate their maintenance effort. These questions are you aware of how your craft person spend in their time, travel, daily, delay, etc.? Are you aware of what facility, equipment, and activity consume most of maintenance money? Are you aware if the craft person use proper tool and methods to perform their task? Have you balanced your spare parts inventory with respect to carrying cost versus anticipated downtime losses? With respect to job cost, are you in position to compare should with the what? Do you ensure the maintainability factors are considered properly during the design of a new modified facility or equipment? Are you aware of how much time your foreman spend at the desk and at the job site? Do you have any do you have an effective base to perform productivity measurement, and is productivity improving? Are you aware of whether safety practices are being followed. Are you providing the craft person with correct quality and quantity of material when and where they need it? If an unqualified yes is the answer to each of the above questions, then your maintenance program is one of sound footing to meet organizational objective. Otherwise, appropriate corrective measures are required. Thank you for the time. If you have any question, you can ask.